Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today, we're going shopping. I mean, not specifically, but I'm gonna give you some of my shopping tips to find workout clothes that actually fit within your budget and fit your body. I feel like I'm not the typical online fitness coach personality, whatever you wanna call me, because I wear the shit out of my clothes. I don't get sent stuff from brands. I don't go out and buy the latest Lululemon set. I purchase my items, I take care of them, and I wear them until they die. I don't have a problem with those other things. I just personally, am very into sustainability with my clothes. I'm in a position where I can spend my money on brands that are a little bit more ethically sourced. I'm not perfect, but I do my best. And I am pretty frugal. We can also call that cheap. So I don't like spending a lot of money on clothes. I'd rather take my money and invest it so that I can make more of it and then go on fun vacations or go out to fun meals. I would rather spend the money on experiences rather than items, and that's just me. So if you are like me in any way, shape, or form in that way, we're gonna go through a few of my personal favorite items and my personal favorite ways to find these items at a cheaper cost. All right, we're trying to get the full body shot so we can just get a little bit of reference in case you are built similarly to me and actually wanna take some of these product recommendations as well. So for reference, I am 5'1", I'm pretty athletically built, but I'm also pretty proportionate in terms of like torso, arm, and leg length. I typically wear a small or a medium in most brands, and most brands' leggings are too long for me. And I'm really just gonna be throwing out different like brands and styles within those brands so that when we go to search for stuff later, we actually have like a tangible thing. But I am in no way saying that this stuff that I like will fit every single person. I'm more so showing you that from trial and error of trying things on, I have found the things that I like, and then I have found ways to find them cheaper. And now let's look at those items. Fashion show, fashion show, fashion show at lunch. So first up, we have the Lululemon high neck energy bra. This is absolutely my favorite bra of all time, and I have it in like 5 or 6 different colors. I am a high neck girly. I just like to feel strapped in when I'm coaching or working out. And I personally don't love a long line. I feel like just because I am on the shorter side, it always ends up hitting like a weird spot, and then it just looks like a weirdly length shirt, if that makes sense. Now for reference, I do wear a size 6 in this bra, which might surprise people, but Lululemon actually typically runs a little bit on the smaller side. Next item I absolutely love is the Lululemon Align high neck waist length racerback top. Wow, that was so many words. I have this in 2 different colors as of now, and this is one of my favorites again to coach in. I'm personally just not a big sports bra only girl. I just prefer to be a little bit more covered. There's nothing wrong with wearing a sports bra to work out in and coach. It's just not my vibe. So this top is a nice option that's form-fitting to show my form and exercises, again, especially when I'm coaching, but it's not so form-fitting that I'm like pulling at it every time that I move. For reference, I wear this in a size 8, which again might surprise people, but I think the lesson we'll learn from this video is that women's sizing makes 0 sense. I'm convinced that sizing is done this way for women just to make us feel bad about ourselves with the discrepancies between brands and cuts. All right, the next product that I love is the Free People Movement Good Karma leggings. These are some of my favorite leggings because they don't have a harsh elastic top and they're short people friendly. Most normal length leggings are like 5 inches too long on me, so these are always the perfect fit. And I like the design on the back of the legs too. I think the little cutouts are really, really cute. Now, just beware that these aren't necessarily squat proof if that concerns you, but I have worn them running, and even without a harsh elastic, they're pretty sturdy. I don't really feel like I'm pulling them up ever. These do come in just 2 sizes at a time. It's extra small, which is the size that I wear, and then they also have the medium large. There might be one above that, I just haven't actually looked. Moving down to my feet for a moment, these are the Adidas Ultra Boost, and they're pretty much the only sneaker that I'll wear. Now I do also wear Vivo barefoot shoes for my strength workouts in the gym, but these are like my everyday shoes and my running shoes. They have great padding, and even though the toe bed is a little on the narrow side, I'm not spending a ton of time in them day to day. They're really just being used if I'm walking outside or if I'm going on a run. And for reference, I do wear a size 7. Okay, the final piece of clothing that we have here are the Shein biker shorts. Hear me out with this one. So these little biker shorts, which I'm sure you've seen me wear 8,000 times in my workouts, are actually from Shein. I do my best to not shop there, and these were actually gifted to me back before I knew anything about their specific ethics of clothing production. And let me just say, I think there's a really big difference between someone purchasing some items from Shein because it's what they can afford and then taking really good care of the clothes versus an influencer doing endless huge hauls of cheap stuff that just end up in landfills because they just throw it away after they get the views. So there is 0 judgment for me if you're in that first group of people, but I also realize my responsibility as someone with a bit of influence, so I no longer accept or promote or purchase things from them. But anyway, I did just want to give this as an example of like, if you you do invest in a piece of clothing that, you know, maybe isn't ethically sourced, you can still take really good care of it. I'm not gonna link these. I also don't even know, they probably don't even make them anymore because Shein just turns over stuff so quickly, but they are about 3 years old at this point and they have held up. But again, this does not excuse the fact that a child probably got 5 cents to make 800 of these in an hour, but at least I am getting good use out of them. All right, so once you find the clothing options and the brands and the styles that you really like, here are a few places that I would recommend looking to try and get a discount. First up is Poshmark. Poshmark is a resale site where everyday people will list their lightly used items. I have gotten a ton of items I just showed you from this site. So let's try and find my Good Karma leggings. Okay, so we're gonna go up into the top here and I'm gonna type in Good Karma Free People leggings. On the side here, you can also sort by your own size, but let's look on through. That's a terrible deal. That's a great deal, but that color will make me look like I'm naked. That's a great deal, just not in my size. Let's find something I would actually purchase. So typically these retail for $78. How much was this one? That's actually a really good size. You can see this is the actual what they look like. You always wanna make sure you can see a tag on the inside too, just to double check. They even have them wearing them. Great, and then they have a little bit more info here, new without tag, only tried on. So $78 down to $48, so under $50 for a pair of leggings that are new without the tags, but still new. I have never had an issue purchasing stuff from sellers on Poshmark, and you can typically find some really good deals here. Another great option for a resale site is gonna be eBay. Kevin actually showed me this one recently, and I've used it to actually purchase both of my new Adidas Ultra Boost. So let's take a quick look online at eBay. I will say Kevin was the one who found all these things before, so let's see if I can do it too. I'm acting like it's brain surgery. It's just using a search bar. All right, so I'm gonna do Adidas Ultra Boost Women 7. Now eBay's a little different because you can bid on items, or a lot of times you can just buy it outright. Oh, those are so cute. These little pink ones. It's very me. So a size 7, they were $60. What I'm typically gonna look for is, okay, so yeah, so we wanna look like inside here, is there any weird wear and tear? And then ideally, I'd love to, there it is, the bottom of the shoe. So if there's any wear and tear on the bottom, do not buy, do not pass go. If it's not on the side, I send it back. Wow, is that 2 Office references in one video? Yikes. Okay, so anyway, these typically, it depends on what type of Ultra Boost you get, but they're typically gonna be anywhere from like, I don't know, let's just guess like 80 up to like $200, $250. Again, depending on the style and you know, how new the edition is of the shoe. These, it says it was $60, $35 for sneakers is great. They're pre-owned, excellent condition. I would say on eBay, you also want to check like how's their response. I think you can check like their ratings, the person who's selling it. Again, Kevin's more active on here than I am. But anyway, and then you just also wanna look at like the shipping. So it is $8 shipping. So it's gonna be $43. That's math. Toss, toss. Something else you can do is follow influencers who are built like you and have a similar style to you. Like I said, unlike me, a lot of influencers will be gifted products and they often wear it once and then resell it immediately to try and make a profit. And they'll typically do this through a site like Poshmark, or a lot of times they'll go directly through their Instagram stories. So this one's not like as actionable, but I would just say take note of influencers in the fitness area who maybe get gifted a lot of things and are in a similar size range as you, maybe a similar style that you enjoy, and just take note of that. The final option here is the Lululemon We Made Too Much store. This isn't always gonna be as big of a deal as something like you might see on Poshmark, but it's still pretty discounted. And if you're somebody who gets a little skeeved of like buying used clothes without seeing them in person, like at a thrift shop, this is gonna be a solid option too. So let's look and see what they got. So you can see lots of stuff here. And actually these discounts, like some of these are pretty darn good. Let's see if we can find the thing that I like. Can you search within this? No. Let's go tank tops. I'm gonna try and find that high neck, racer back, waist length, align top that I like. So many words. This is a great example of a great deal, all of these. So like 68 down to 29, so about half off. Here she is. So this is a great deal in my opinion. It's usually 58, it's down to 39, but again, it's not used, it's never been worn. Now they are gonna have some limited sizes. So like in this sea green that I would never wear because I would fade into the background and just look ill. They don't have my size, but you can just go through the different colors. And again, this is gonna be a little bit more of like a shot in the dark. More of these mid-range sizes, which most people are gonna fit into shopping at Lululemon, are typically gonna be sold out. And yes, all of mine are. But once again, that's gonna be a solid option if you are looking to spend a little less money, either on a style that you already know you love, or if you wanna try out something with a little less of a financial incentive. Keeping in mind though, that you typically cannot return these items except for store credit. All right, and that is basically gonna be it. Believe it or not, I have been asked to make this video or something similar to it very often. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, I am not necessarily saying that all of these brands and styles are going to fit on you, but hopefully if you have brands and styles you know that you enjoy and love, this just gives you a better way to find them at a price that fits within your budget. If you have any questions, make sure you guys leave them down below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and I will see you all in the next video.